All right, what's going on with this case?
Judge, I have filed with the court a motion for continuance.
Mhm.
There was several hundred additional discovery items that were uploaded last week. I got notice of them on the 21st, late in the day. And it was substantial. With the intervening holiday, along with the fact that I am the primary caretaker of two parents who are ill, there is just absolutely no way that I've been able to go through those.
All right, so let me ask you this. What was uploaded and when was it uploaded?
Sure, Judge. I can elaborate on that if you'd like. At a prior setting, Ms. Compton had asked Ms. Mitchell for the complainant's case files that had been in the office. I believe Ms. Mitchell did provide her with the physical copies of the case files at that last setting, but none of that had been uploaded. Ms. Compton and I got in contact and she asked if I could get those uploaded, and they were uploaded last Monday, I
To
believe.
be clear, I wasn't provided physical copies. I was shown that there were physical copies, but I wasn't given.
No,
physical
she was not given. We brought our case files down at the last setting for the complainant. Ms. Compton asked me if I could get those uploaded for her so she could review them, and I did drop them off to be scanned and uploaded or downloaded and re-uploaded into this JN. And I believe that was done on Monday. Ms. Compton is correct. Last Monday, excuse
The
me.
21st was when I received those.
So here's my question, and I know you're new to the court. The last setting we had on this case was for September, and we're just uploading things Monday, which would put us no uploads or anything done in October, and it's just being uploaded in November. I don't understand.
I made several requests, and my understanding was that it was going to be uploaded. I would check in. I would say, hey, don't forget, get that to me.
No. I'm not. I guess I need to be more direct. I don't understand why this wasn't uploaded.
Sure, Judge.
I say more direct. I mean more direct to say who I'm addressing this to, because I know you have no control over uploading it.
And
So
just for the record, Anna has been amazing. But I just don't think there is. I'm a great lawyer, but I cannot get through that.
no.
Investigator in time to be ready for
Here's the
trial
thing.
to do the best.
I'm
job
going to
for
give you
them.
your motion for continuance. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why, when we have settings, and again, I know it's not you. This case has been having settings for discovery since May of 2022. So I'm just trying to figure out why things haven't been done.
Sure, Judge. I can't speak to that, but I'm trying to get us where we need to be so we can get it all taken care of.
No, I appreciate that. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this for a trial, and it's going to be your plea deadline date and your trial date. And you all need to get the discovery matters handled off docket. All right. So how long do we expect this trial to last?
Probably, I would think at least a week and a half to
Probably about that,
maybe a
Judge.
little longer than that, Judge.
All right.
And
Are there a lot of videos? Why is it a week and a half?
there are multiple witnesses, many witnesses.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for this. Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to put you into the new year because we have other murder cases that are on the docket.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Is everybody okay? The day before Valentine?
That might be my lucky day, Judge.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I don't have anything already
Okay.
preferentially set, because I do have several murder cases. I'm all yours.
All right. So we will be back on February 13th. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll be back on February 13th for jury trial. That will be your plea deadline date and your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
No, Judge, thank you.
And with regards to your motion for continuance, I'm not going to rule on that because it's truly not your fault, and I'm not going to let you burn a motion for continuance.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. The causes that are being taken in consideration, what are those charges?
Your Honor, it's 3 unindicted state jail burglary of buildings, all with the same storage unit facility. And I believe it was 1 other possession in less than 1 gram.
All right. Is that his only criminal history?
Judge, I believe there is some his prior history, but I think it's misdemeanor.
Yeah, no felonious history, Your Honor.
So do y'all want to proceed with sentencing?
We may, Your Honor, we can.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he's gainfully employed. I understand that these episodes of criminal behavior corresponded with a period in his life where he lost his 12-year-old younger brother. He was attempting to pay for a funeral, obviously in a very, very wrong way. And I think that he would like to address the court regarding his application for deferred adjudication and how we'd be a good probationer.
All right. Yes.
I just felt like I would be a good probationer because it was just a hard time that I was going through. And my family just we couldn't find the funds to fund the funeral. And we're still waiting on the tombstone for my brother. And I just feel like it was a bad period of my life, but I'm just trying to get past it already.
All right. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I would be clean.
All right. Well, let's see. All right. So you're going to get drug tested today. Are you prepared to UA now?
I'm sorry, no. No, I'm not clean.
Okay.
I did do drugs like a while ago, but it would be like very minimal.
No. If you're saying you're not clean, when you say you used drugs a while ago, what do you mean by a while ago?
It may have been like 2 weeks ago.
All right. And what did you use?
Meth.
All right. So if it was 2 weeks ago, you should be clean. So how often are you using meth?
I've been cutting down. I try not to use it, but there's just something that I need help with because like my family we don't really discuss anything or talk about anything. So I try to fill that void with something else, and I know it's not it's not a good way, but I'm slowly trying to be better for my 2 kids. I do have 2 little boys, 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to be better for them because they don't deserve the person that I used to be.
Okay. So where are the 1 and 4-year-old now?
They both have separate 2 moms. They're different moms.
Are they living with their mothers?
No, one of them lives with me, and he goes with his mother maybe 2-3 times a week,
Mhm.
and the other one does live with me.
Okay, I didn't understand that. You say one of them lives with
One of them,
you.
yeah,
and the other one lives with you.
yeah. But one of them, he comes with me pretty much every day after school, and Friday and Saturday. So he's basically with his mom just Monday or Sunday and Monday.
All right. And where are the children now? Who are they with?
One is with, I think school just started, so one's in school and one's in daycare.
Okay, how do you know that you think school just started? So when
Because
they
they
be
were
in
on
school?
the vacation week, so I think
Okay.
the week was over, so I think they went back this week.
So who else takes care of the children? I don't, and I could be wrong in this, but do you live with somebody?
I live with my girlfriend and one of my sons. And then my other son comes with me pretty much most of the time, but he doesn't live with me.
All right, the girlfriend that you live with now, is she the mother of any of the?
She's the mother of my second son.
All right, so she's the mother of the second son. So you all live together and the second son lives with you all.
Yes, ma'am.
And the other child, is this a girl or a boy?
They're both boys.
All right, the other child, how old is that child? Is that the 4-year-old?
4, yeah.
All right, so what is his living arrangement?
He lives with his mom, but he's primarily with me. Because mom works at night and I work in the mornings. So I pick him up every day after school and he'll stay with me about until 9. And then she picks him up and then we'll just do it like that the rest of the week. But then Friday and Saturday, I keep him overnight.
All right, and this girlfriend you're staying with, does she use?
No.
Then why is she with you?
I honestly couldn't tell you that. She has a good job. She works for RBFCU. She has a degree. She's very smart. So I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you.
No,
why.
the reason why I ask that is sometimes when people use drugs, they're with other people that use drugs. So I'm trying to figure out what's best for you. And I also have to protect the public. So I have to figure out what's best for a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. You understand? These are the reasons why I'm asking these questions.
Well, neither of my son's moms use drugs at all.
Okay.
The first one has never used drugs, and the second one, she used to smoke weed when she was younger, but she went to school, she got her degree, and now she works for RBFCU. So she no longer uses drugs.
All right. And what do you do for a living?
I work for Bill Miller's
All right. Why did they close Bill Miller's downtown?
because they're opening up a new one on the west side, and it's a bigger location.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're still building it.
All right. Bashan, that question has been answered for you. So, yes, you wanted to know. So now you know they're not going to open it up. All right. How long will it take for him to do a tap if he's out of custody? When can we get that done? And in custody? She said probably 2 weeks. Okay.
Your Honor, we can request that if it's out of custody, that we get it done sooner as a rush.
Okay.
I just can't guarantee that it will be done.
All right. So I'm going to give you a choice. One, I'm inclined to give you deferred adjudication. And the reason why I'm doing that is not because your history is great. It's because obviously you have a drug problem. Obviously you have trauma in your life that issue needs to be addressed. Because how did your brother pass?
He was paralyzed since he was born.
Okay.
And his mom said that she was too young to have a child like that, so she left him to my dad. And my dad took care of him best he could. The doctor said that he wasn't gonna live past 4, but he made it to 12. And then my dad had to make a decision to whether let him go or just to keep him here suffering. But he decided to let him go, and then he donated his organs to people.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a choice. One, you can do your TAP evaluation in custody, or either I can let you do it out of custody. If I let you do it out of custody, you're going to be on the UA hotline and you're going to be tested weekly.
Okay, that's fine.
So which would you prefer?
I would do the hotline. I can get tested weekly.
Okay.
Like that, it helps me
All right.
become better.
So this is what I'm going to do. Sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. If you miss that TAP evaluation, a motion to revoke could be filed, or either you could end up doing your TAP evaluation while in custody. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to make sure you make all of your appointments.
Yes, ma'am.
And probation, if you can make sure that it doesn't really interfere with his job, because I know people are quick to fire people. So 2 years deferred adjudication, TAP evaluation out of custody. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and see for him if they can do by Zoom because of his job situation. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Take in consideration the following cause number 2023. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed completed. CPS compliance, if applicable. I don't know if there's CPS involvement or not, but if there is, you're going to have to follow their rules.
Okay, well, there is one case, but it happened a long time ago where I reported my first son's mom
Mhm.
because she wasn't taking care of him correctly. And they dealt with that case, and that case should have been closed out. But that's the only CPS case is when I caught him on her.
Okay. There's to be field visits 1 time per month until TAP evaluation. We can do a referral to felony drug court. And the UA hotline until TAP evaluation is complete. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they recommend outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. And we'll do a MIC evaluation. And can you do a referral for him to Center for Healthcare Services? I know it seems like a lot, but there's a lot I have to make sure that you have. One, you need to address this mental health. And I won't say mental health, even though I think it is. The trauma associated with your brother's death, the reason for your brother being in your father's care and not in his mom's care. All of those are issues that you probably need to address, and that may or may not be contributing to your drug use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation. Is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. All right, and this court, to be successful on probation, you got to have contact with probation. If for any reason there's something you feel you need and probation is not providing it to you, you can always come to the court. But above all, you need to report. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't think you all are waiving the enhancement. Is that correct?
Judge, we're moving forward for 1 year state jail to proceed as a state jail felony.
I mean, this is a state jail felony, correct? Because in the indictment, it's only alleging that he ran away from an officer, which is not a felony.
That's correct.
So then the enhancement allegation is being used to make it a state jail.
Correct.
So y'all proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding.
Oh, no problem.
I thought there was a repeated allegation.
That's okay. I was thinking the law maybe had changed and I wasn't aware. All right, so y'all are proceeding on the indictment as presented.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vidari, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention, second or more? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to two years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I think my client would like to address the court himself.
All right, yes.
Well, Your Honor, I know I made a mistake and a bunch of mistakes.
No, not mistakes. You made choices.
Any choices, yes, made bad choices. I had surgery not too long ago. I had an abscess under my arm. I had surgery on my wrist. So I was out for like a month, no work. And that's why I was doing all this shoplifting, getting stuff for the house for me and my wife. I have 4 kids of my own. We adopted 2. We have a new apartment now.
So you adopted 2 children and you're out stealing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard just her doing it by herself. And I couldn't donate plasma, and I really didn't have the strength to do any type of work. And I just made wrong choices, like I said. But I do have a good support group. I do have a good job.
No, see, here's the thing. What I know is when these children were adopted, was that through Child Protective Services?
Yes, it was.
All right. So what I know is when you adopt children through Child Protective Services, were they listed as special needs children or no?
No, they're not supposed to. It was my wife's niece. She
So what I know is when you adopt 2 children in the state of Texas, I don't know how they do it in other states, but I know in the state of Texas, what ends up happening is you get similar to a stipend for each child. So you are probably already getting about.
Yeah, we get like a good $1,000.
No, you get more than $1,000 because it's 2 children.
Yeah.
And not only do you get that, you get medical. And not only do you get that, those 2 children,
Mhm.
I hope you all are encouraging them. They get to go to a state college for free.
Yes, they get all those benefits.
So they're getting benefits
Uh,
and you're stealing.
Yeah, I was stealing stuff, stupid stuff, like hygiene and stuff. I shouldn't have been doing that. I made wrong choices, but like I said, I got a good job when I get out.
So did you have the children with you during your
No.
first evading?
Of course,
No. I'm talking about the first time that you picked up in evading, which is what they're using for enhancement for this evading to make it a state jail felony, did you have those children?
Yes, well, yes, they're under my wife's, protective custody. Like, my wife is the one that, she got custody of them, not me. It was her. It was all her. Like children are under her care. I just help.
You just
I'm just
live there.
I just help to support,
And here's my other
families and stuff like that,
question.
like,
And mind you, this is a suitcase that I think needs to be unpacked. Here's my other question. So when she adopted the children, were you living in the home? That's a no. No, you were not. So what has happened is she has not had you in the home. And when CPS did a study of her house to
I couldn't
place
be
those, you couldn't be there.
I could.
And now you're there.
Yes.
And
no,
well, I guess CPS needs to check on that because the children are not in a great place with you being there.
Well, that's
And
the thing.
if you,
I am a good person.
here's the thing, if you love her and if you love those children, you need not be in that household. Do you understand?
I mean, I do understand, but I am a good person. I don't plan on living like this the rest of my life. My dad is deacon for St. Dominic's Church. I mean, my mom's a school teacher,
Okay, I want you to listen to me carefully.
I have a good
Listen,
support group.
here's the thing. I know you're trying to tell me how great you are, and I appreciate that, but I want you to listen to me carefully. If you love her, you will not live with her. And let me just tell you why you will not live with her. Because when those children were placed with her for adoption, number one, obviously somebody's rights have been terminated, and those children are experiencing trauma because their parents' rights have been taken away from them. And they're trying to put them in a place that they think will be safe for them, where they can go to sleep at night without worrying about people picking up cases and police officers knocking on the door looking for people.
Yeah.
And when CPS studied her home for placement, you were not there. And I'm sure she told them, I don't have a man living here.
Yes.
And now what has happened is CPS is out of the picture because she's adopted the children. I know because I did CPS cases.
Okay.
She's receiving a stipend for both of those children. And sometimes they will even give you food stamps. At least that's what we called them when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Or WIC and all of that stuff.
Yes.
And it's not for that money to be supporting. How old are you?
36.
Not for that money to be supporting a 36-year-old. So if you love her and if you love those children, you will not be in that household until you get your life together, because otherwise,
We're getting married.
here's the thing. Otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? CPS is going to come in because they're going to get a report and those children will be removed and they will have another trauma on top of trauma. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do understand. I don't want that though. I don't want that though. I mean, I have a good support group, man, and I know I made wrong choices, but that's not me. That's not me.
I appreciate you telling me what you think I want to hear, but I would prefer the truth. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow your agreement. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility.
All right.
If I could, I would not give you any credit, but I'm going to give you credit for any time served. Taking consideration 715544722 015 715 713232 NIMAC number 740009.
Yeah.
We can go off the record. I'm going to say it for the final time. If you truly love her, if you truly love those children, you know you're not doing right. You should not be in their life. And guess what? CPS is going to get involved and they're going to remove those children. Do you understand?
I do understand that. I don't plan on getting in trouble anytime.
And just because you've adopted children, that doesn't mean that CPS can't come back and remove them. Do you understand?
I do understand that.
All right. Good luck to you.
I think
Are you the same Rose Padilla who's placed on deferred adjudication? And cause number 2015 CR 3473 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on September 9th, 2015 for a period of 5 years and extended for a total of 4. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, on or about the 30th day of September 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Rose Padilla, departed Bexar County without the written permission of the court and or the supervision officer in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Yes. True.
Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
And what are you all proposing that the court follow?
The proposal, Your Honor, was to continue on probation, extend for 1 year, and amend for probationer to pay at least $100 every 2 weeks for restitution.
Probation.
Your Honor, the original recommendation was for revocation. However, it does indicate that if the court wishes to continue to extend the 1 year, amend the probationer to pay at least $100 every 2 weeks for restitution.
How much is owed on restitution?
Your Honor, $78,775.98.
How much has she paid on restitution since she's been on since 2015?
$2,360.
All right.
Your Honor, Ms. Padilla is a waitress, and she is frankly incapable of making any other payments aside from the ones that are recommended, the $100 every 2 weeks.
All right. Why is she leaving the county without permission?
So she was, there's a healing mass that occurs in Hidalgo County on the last Saturday of every month. That's where she went. She felt called to go there. It's something that she's had a significant benefit from in the past, and so she'd heard about this mass and decided to attend that mass with her significant other.
All right. Do phones not work? Does she have access to a phone?
I believe she does, Your Honor.
Why didn't she pick up the phone and call probation and say, hey, may I depart Bexar County to go for this? Because honestly, she hasn't been doing well on probation. I mean, that's why we're here. Probation is telling me they want a revocation. And in this court, normally it takes some doing for me to grant a revocation. So for probation to be asking for revocation when they know that normally if there is monetary issue, if there is a drug issue, usually I try to address those before we head down the road of revocation. So for them to be asking for revocation, that says something. So why didn't you pick up the phone and call probation and ask them if you could leave Bexar County to go to this event? You want to raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Rose Padilla.
All right, why didn't you call probation?
It wasn't a Saturday and I thought, nothing was gonna happen. Just me going and coming back.
You cannot leave Bexar County without permission while you're on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, they want you to pay $100. What did you say? Every 2 weeks or how often? Every 2 weeks?
Yes, Judge.
Are you able to pay this $100 every 2 weeks, or you're just saying that?
No.
Because let me just tell you why I'm asking that question. I find that when people are looking at potentially going to prison for 20 years, if people say, all right, we will agree to continue. If you pay $500 a week, you know what people will say? Well, I'm going to call this person and I'll pay $500 a week. So I want to know, can you really pay $100 every 2 weeks? Or are you just saying this because that's the agreement you all reached? Or will you be able to pay it? If you're not going to be able to pay it, you need to let me know now, because if I follow this agreement and I get a report that you miss one of the weeks in paying, we don't have problems. So if you cannot really pay $100 every 2 weeks, you need to let the court know now.
Now I'm trying to get back on my feet and I think, but if I have a problem or something, like I have health issues, can I call and let y'all know that,
No, see, here's the thing. Your agreement that you all have made, regardless of what health issues you have, is that you're going to pay $100 every 2 weeks, because there's somebody out there, and I'm not the one who took this plea because this was before my time, but there's somebody out there that you owe $78,000 to. So you agreed, and your attorney agreed, that you are paying $100 every 2 weeks. So there is no, well, maybe something may come up. You've agreed that you would pay $100 every 2 weeks. That's why I'm asking this. If you are telling the court, actually, I'm not going to be able to pay $100 every 2 weeks, I was saying that, hoping that I would be able to do it because this is the only way where maybe the state would agree not to revoke. I don't know. I'm not a part of your negotiations. But if that's the fact, you probably need to step back and talk to your attorney and you all actually come up with a reasonable amount that you are going to be paid, no questions asked. And it should be amount that you should pay, not depending on this person giving you money or that person giving you money, because we're going to be right back here because they're going to file a motion to revoke if you miss any of those payments. So do y'all want to step back and discuss that, or y'all want to continue with she's going to be able to pay $100 every 2 weeks?
$100 every 2 weeks.
All right. So you're saying, and you're telling the court, you're telling probation that you're going to pay $100 every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
And when is this going to start?
Can it start in 2 weeks, Your Honor?
When's her next pay period?
When's your next page?
Maybe next paycheck. I get paid every Wednesday.
All right. So this is her first payment, then is going to be, since you get paid Wednesday, is that electronic deposit maybe or no? All right. So her first payment, she's going to be making payments on December 7th. That should be her first payment of beginning every 2 weeks. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And since she gets paid on Wednesday, her payments should be falling on that Thursday because she has to get the check, go cash the check, and do all of that. All right, I'll deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include $100 payment every 2 weeks, beginning on December 7th. And that's to go towards restitution. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. Her case expired September of this year, so that 1 year extension, are you going to move forward with that?
Yes, extend for 1 year.
I would also like to bring up to the court that we have notification that Ms. Padilla has not reported since September, so I would ask that the court admonish her and ask her, tell her to report as necessary.
Okay, why are you not reporting?
Well, on when I got arrested, I received a text and then I got a warrant and then I went to go talk because they told me I needed to get an attorney or for my bond. So when I went go talk to him, and then I have the text where my probation officer text me that I had an appointment yesterday, which I went in yesterday, and she even sent me for a UA for tomorrow. And I go, why wait for tomorrow? So I went yesterday to go get a UA too.
All right, here's the thing. Don't miss reporting. You understand?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'm assuming you're required to report monthly. When do you want her to show up to report?
I'll look at the appointment book to see if it's already been put on the books for next
All right,
month.
so she's going to give you a date when you to report, and you need to report. Don't miss any reporting dates. Here's the thing. Sometimes miscommunications happen. I've already said that I'm going to continue you, so there's no need for us to go back and forth. As my grandmother would say, who shot John? Here's the thing. She is going to give you a date for when you report. You need to make sure you report on that date. Even if you're saying you've already reported, if she gives you a different date, you need to go report on that day. If you do not, what will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And then I saw in the motion to revoke this new number 1 that nobody's going on. What is happening with that?
So, Your Honor, one that is out of county. The investigation that I've done, I don't believe it was more serious than a Class C misdemeanor. So I don't expect anything to come up. We'll certainly keep an eye on it.
All right. And is there any issue with her and Ewing?
Your Honor, in August, it says it was failure to submit. In September, it was a negative. I don't have anything past September because there was that lapse in reporting. So if she said she UA'd yesterday, those results will not be available until next week.
All right, did you UA yesterday?
I went yesterday, yes.
All right, make sure she UA yesterday. If she did not UA yesterday, then we're gonna have a problem because people are being dishonest with the court.
Mhm.
So if you UA yesterday, she's gonna check it. And then from thereafter, do random UAs.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Is there anything you need from the court to be successful on this probation? All right, do not leave Bear County without permission. Because you're on probation, everything you do, you need to pick up the phone and call probation and request it.
Okay,
Could you waive the UA fees, Your Honor? Is that possible?
No. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right, thank you.